Here's another reading for today's Scots Word of the Day for Scotstober. Today is day 14 and today's word is, just a second, Lurdan. I had to look this one up because I didn't think I'd encountered it before, but when I was at the Dictionary of Scots Language online, I noticed that there was a citation from Galloway Gossip by Dr. Robert Trotter, so I looked it up and here's the story from the citation. Now, it's a wee bit, it's a wee bit of a strange story, shall we say, and not just the language, but kind of maybe the morality of it is a wee bit old-fashioned. But we'll just read it because it's got some really great Scots words in it, and it's the second of two stories trying to explain the origin of the Douglasses, the red Douglasses and the black Douglasses. Duggless. Of course, the gentle Douglasses is a tradition too, but I canna tell you who invented it. It wasna me, for I'm no genteel a bit. Maybe it was Sir Bernard Burke, who kens, or the Lion King at Terns. It was in the time of Malcolm Canmore, the King of Scotland. The King was a black-viced man, and say he took a notion o' a fat towheaded English Lurdan o' a hizzy, a dochter with the Saxon King at Norman Wally drave out of England. The Saxons, you ken, was kinda Germans, and just like the Germans nowadays, they were fond of bringing o'er their poor relations to fatten. When the Saxons had to run from the country, the poor relations had to run too, and there was yin they caught Theobald the Fleming ran among them. There was a great heiress leafed about Douglas water, only they didn't call it that then, and she was one of these Strathclyde Britons, and she wanted a man badly. She'd been captured by the Danes yince, and when the King of the Danes was drunk, he had cut the paps off her and ill-used her, and that was the way she couldn't get a man of her own kin. They were planted on an island in the West Highlands, and they called them the paps of Jura noo. Well, the bold Theobald wasna going to let the lands gang a begging for a bit of want like that. Say, he picked a quarrel with the wife and napped her on the head and gied her a grand burial, and then gied a courtin, Lady Douglas, for they gied her that name because she had nae paps. Like mony another silly creature, it was ony porting a storm with her, and say she married him, and as surnames was just coming into fashion then, he took the name o' the wife to show who muckle he liked her, and caught the lands after her, and they had sons and daughters, and they became a great family, or rather two of them, for she was red-headed and he was black-viced, and they had a son o' ilka kin, and that was who the Douglasses was divided into, the red Douglasses and the black kins. In the course of time, the name got corrupted by the vulgar into Duggless, but you ken, there's ignorant creatures at every gate. And it just cause folks by ony name comes into their head. So there you are. Quite the story. That's your Scots word for Scotstober today.